It's showtime, bro time. Trust the profits. It's the formula here at the bar. Feeling mellow. Talking about the Gun Runner Stakes coming up this weekend. It is coming up this weekend, 2 days before Christmas, and Merry Christmas to all of you who celebrate. It is going to be run at the fairgrounds. It is a G2. This is the third running of the Gun Runner Stakes. 8.5 furlongs, which translates into 1 16th mile. We've got 8 horses entered into this race. In my humble opinion, it's a doozy. And there's one horse that I really love in this race. One horse that I think could really position himself as a top contender for the Kentucky Derby early on. Let's get it started with Next Level. If it's not Delivery, it's Desormo. Just broke his maiden, 8.5 furlongs at the fairgrounds, owning the pace, beating Funny Flame by a length in that one, but didn't look so great when he ran the G1 American Pharaoh, coming in seventh place there, had trouble, a bad stumble out of the gates. Obviously, that impacted him. But, for not such a big race, you would expect to see a little bit more. But he did finish in third at the Del Mar Futurity, going 7 furlongs there, only 4 lengths behind Prince of Monaco. Um, is he up to snuff for this race? Is he in the top three out of 8 horses? Eight pretty good horses. We're going to see. Catching Freedom, one of two Brad Cox horses. This is one that's going to be jockeyed by Corey Lannery. Fourth place in a 127K, 8.5 furlong AOC race at Churchill. Stuck in seventh for most of the race. Bumped at the start. So there's some trouble in that race for sure. Couldn't find room to close. Losing by only 2.25 lengths to Parchment Party in that one. Did break his maiden at Churchill. 120K maiden special weight race, beating Cash only in that 1 mile race by 3.75 lengths. And again, Brad Cox trained, always a consideration. Risk It. All right, Risk It. A win and a second place in 3 races at the Kentucky Jockey Club. 8.75 lengths behind Honor Mary in that one. Stalked the pace. Didn't have the punch down the stretch to be closing, not like Honor Murray had. Um, Honor Murray, not Honor Mary. I got it. I got it. Comment section. Second place at the Iroquois before that, a G2. This is a horse that's running some pretty high level races already. Fared fairly well. Stalked the pace early on in the Iroquois, making a move down the stretch. Still defeated by West Saratoga in that one. Asmussen and Rosario, though, that's a pretty dynamic punch. Neat. I just think they're neat. Marge. 2 wins in 3 races. Um, one 8.5 allowance optional claiming race at the fairgrounds, beating Card Trick by 3.5 lengths. Neat. One of the worst adjectives in the English language. Can we all agree upon that? Can we? Just for a second. Previous to that, Broca's maiden at Laurel Park, for what it's worth, 8.5 furlongs, beating St. James the Great by 4.25 lengths, not furlongs. I missed one. Go ahead, roast me for it. Footprint, 1 win, 1 second place in 3 races. Second place at Churchill Downs in an allowance race, a pretty high level allowance race. Staying close to the pace, closing, but losing to Laginos in that one by 1.75 lengths. Fifth place in an AOC race before that, losing to Parchment Party by 4.5 lengths. Also trailing Catching Freedom in that one race that we talked about already. Improved from ninth to fifth in that one, though. There was a bit of trouble there for Footprint starting in the back. Did improve down the stretch. So that's something that we want to consider, obviously. Nash. Here we go. Should I throw up some hearts for Nash? Should I kick on the Aerosmith Angel drop that we had in here for Angel of Empire? Not yet. Not yet. I dig Nash. Let me just put it that way. Broke his maiden at Churchill Downs. 8.5 furlongs there, going gate to wire, beating Just a Freak by 10.25 lengths in that one. I think he was only like 2 seconds off of the record. And I mean, it's slow down there. Slow down. It's December. It's December. First time out, he did lose to Booth, 6 furlongs by 5.25 lengths. Okay, so let's slow down. His first race, but did lose to Booth. All right, no big deal. No big deal. Brad Cox, Ferran Giroux, for what it's worth. Who else we got here? Sneed. Sneed already has 2 wins to his name. Recently won at Fairgrounds, where this race is going to be raced. 7 lengths, a winner there in a 53K AOC race, 8.5 furlongs over Hawks Creek, blown cover. Broke his maiden at Churchill Downs, going 1 mile, closing down the stretch to beat Speedtail by 1.5 lengths. Trained by Brennan Walsh, raced by Jareth Loveberry. Strong combination, especially at the fairgrounds. And Track Phantom. 100% in the money for Track Phantom in 3 races. Broke his maiden on his third try at Churchill Downs, beating Lat Long, recent maiden breaker at Oaklawn Park, I believe it was for Lat Long. Oaklawn Park, Aqueduct. Anyway, Lat Long by 5 lengths in that race, going 8.5 furlongs, 120K maiden special weight. Led the race from the half-mile mark onward, so making quite a bit of a statement was Track Phantom. Narrow second place finish, lost by half a length to Real Men Violin after leading nearly the entire 1 mile race at Churchill Downs. This is Steve Asmussen's second horse. Christian Torres is mounted on this one. So we've got a lot to consider here, don't we? Yeah, what do we got here? So this is where I'm settled. It was tough with my last horse in that key box there, but with a bullet at the top, I am putting Nash. I think Nash is going to come out of this looking strong. I think he's going to just blow away the field. If I miss it, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know. But I really do think that this is Nash's race to lose. Probably going to go off at less than 1-to-1 odds, I would imagine. I think he's been impressive, especially in his maiden race. Value play, I'm going to throw out Sneed. I think Sneed, especially with that win that he's got at Churchill already, probably going to get a good value on him too, especially with all the money that's going to be going to Nash. Track Phantom, Risk It going underneath. I like Risk It. I was going back and forth between Catching Freedom and Risk It as my fourth play there. Um, but I went with Risk It purely based on the jockey trainer combo. Brad Cox, the trainer for Catching Freedom, but Lannery is the mount. I like Rosario better with Risk It. So I think if you're going to play a key, Nash, Sneed, Track Phantom, you're going to get some value there and Risk It. So that's what I've got for the Gun Runner. What do you guys have? Let me know in the comment section. And Merry Christmas.